do you think this is a motherfucking game meme that keeps coming up?
Yeah.
And he added to it a picture of himself saying, yes, it is. Yes, I do. And I intend to win. And then I added a picture of Heiberg with the caption, okay, let me explain the rules of the game.
Nice.
We're just like, oh no, we are in for it
Wonderful.
now.
And then Mark catches the flowers.
Yay.
Mark caught something the other day in his left hand. It was like,
Oh yeah, he threw something at me. I was like, oh yeah, hey, what's up? I could do that.
it wasn't violent. I think I was throwing something that you wanted.
No, it was like tossing me something.
We're streaming now, and you made me seem violent.
It's a monster.
The other thing that's
you-
wrong with improv is
I can't go back to jail.
Is Mark on board the Heath Allen patented purple V-neck train, or is that a different color? I can't tell from your
Oh,
lighting.
look at the
Oh,
V-necks.
I think it is the same color. Yeah,
Oh,
V-neck
well,
buddies.
oh, it's just like Heath Day.
it's just like
Oh,
Heath
no.
Day. This is the
I'm the young one out this time.
oh yeah, the Ocean State Improv Festival.
Mine's not a V, but it's purple.
Mine is a green J. Crew shirt from the 90s that I still have not gotten rid of.
Ready. Did I take notes? Let's find out. Silt versus, right? That's what we're playing.
Yep.
Silty.
This is session 6.
Cult versus -1.
Let's see. Last time, oh yeah, we did the journey move, and you saw the wire-bitten child with the sacrifice screaming as it was being lifted up to the new power poles or fiber optic cables. They're still in their PJs and slippers. Y'all went to the night market, which is a honeypot for criminals.
It was very fun. I loved it.
There was the gruff bouncer whose name was Carl.
Oh,
Carl, who had the god hunting mace, or the god carver. Yeah, Bastion or Zeph made. I think it was Bastion made their. Maybe it was Zeph made their dad Eugene God by writing.
Oh, that was me. Yeah.
That was you. That's right.
By telling us an outrageous story I made up about how my dad was a god.
And then part of it came true.
Oh no.
I'm such a good storyteller.
Yeah, he's the god of critics. Ooh, right. Your dad's the god of critics
that
now.
makes sense. That makes sense with the backstory so far.
You went around, looked at a bunch of different shops. All sorts of fun things happened. So was the Echo Saint Boy.
I got a job.
You got a job. Chased after a grifter. Saw your old family door at the junk shop. Had some Godflesh.
We have a new mission. Of find. It's not an officially sanctioned mission, but Sebastian has moved to the top of our mission status. Find the con woman who stole my cameo.
Oh yeah, while we're having unofficial missions, we're going to the White Gull.
You're,
none of us want to do the missions.
You are on the White Gull River right now.
Oh,
that's where the floating market is, on the White Gull.
What? This whole time? Can I let this shit go?
That's why you're there.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I should have talked to the corpse. I forgot about the corpse.
The White Gull being a river has a lot of places along it, though. So
you just let it float down.
Yeah, as long as down is where she wants to be. I have a note that says the verdant lumberers shovel and tussle with Hob.
Oh yeah, there was a fight about a shovel. I went to a shop
that's
really
right.
tawdry stuff, and one of the things they offered was a shovel, and it turned out to belong to someone else, and there was a fight.
Yeah, old Hob. That's right.
You are a cannibal. Oh wait,
also,
no, it's
just
God.
a heads up that for whatever reason, where I'm house sitting,
I'm just Catholic.
my internet seems
Same
to
thing.
randomly stutter every now and then. Never drops, but every now and then I might go stuttery for a few seconds. I don't know why.
Zoom back out. Sorry.
We still love you.
We're gonna do. PDFs in the right place. Oops, that's not right. Oh, the computers. There we go. So let's see. Your current assignments. Oh, wishes were.
Horses.
Oh, session questions. Make sure you set your session questions.
Oh no.
If you have if you want to change them. Market questions is I wish I don't remember exactly what that meant. And answering the question about the market. Find Billy
that's
and the
right.
cameo. Yeah, pretty much that. Did anyone have a advancement they needed to use?
No,
I see one on Ren and one on Hugh.
Oh,
maybe they just got to mark them or whatever, because they don't automatically unmark when you pick an advancement.
yeah, I think.
Oh,
just forgot
I
to
think
mark
I
them.
need to pick an advancement.
Yeah, cool. Pick
Because I think
your
I only
leisure.
got one advancement, and it was
Oh.
giving myself as it is written. So if anybody has any ideas for details we want to change about a location
Oh,
or a
yeah.
side character,
Yeah.
Why haven't we just been like rewriting reality between you and
Right?
Sebastian?
Yeah, there's no cost to do it. It's fine.
No, let's just keep doing
Everything's
it.
fine.
I'm gonna keep people from dying,
Yeah.
so we'll be fine.
Yeah, I do remember we were going to start off by solving one of the questions because we had enough clues.
Oh,
Is there? Great.
good call remembering that.
Yeah. So current assignments are the Dusk Mother still. Questions are: how is the angel bound to the skeleton family? Complexity 4, which lets you resolve the assignment by weakening, driving away, or destroying the angel. Or what purpose drives the angel? Complexity 6 lets you resolve the assignment by freeing the angel from the skeleton family by showing it something else it can protect instead. You've got 3 clues there. You've got a verse there, and yeah, I think that's it. That second one will also open a special move, the Dusk Mother's Embrace. You're the floating
you might as well
market.
only read the highest ones because that's the one. That's the only one we're gonna go for.
We've got the floating market. What illegal product presents the most serious danger to the public? That's a complexity 2 that unlocks the other 2 questions, which are: how can the product be neutralized? Or that's a complexity 4. How can the custodians take advantage of the opportunity the market presents? Complexity 6. That lets you return to the market and do cool stuff. And I think we left off where I have a note that says Solace, the Echo Saint boy. Wish I knew what that was. I know what I mean by Echo Saint.
Can't help you.
Solace.
Oh, we've alluded to that occasionally.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just leave him floating there until we remember what he was.
He got lost in the sands of time.
Yeah, Solace, the Echo Saint boy. I'm sure that was the result of something bad that happened.
No.
Where does anyone remember where we left off on the? I didn't rewatch last week's.
We were eating cake.
Eating cake.
No.
I think we were reconvening at the gate where I was still.
Yeah, that's where you had the tussle.
And we were going to talk about how to solve the first question in the floating market.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's start off there then. I do need to give you a new assignment though. And
on top of the 3 that we've got.
You got 2 right now. You've got the Dusk Mother and the floating market.
Oh, we don't have the Sleepless
Warden?
No, you're about to get it though.
Okay. Cool. I get there eventually.
Oh yeah. Did you decide where you were gonna sleep the night? I think that was where. Were you camping out in the car, or there was a place that you found nearby?
Spend 5 gold to stay at the
I don't remember
inn.
really
5
talking
gold.
about that.
I remember you found when looking for the Lily who stole your locket, you found a place. I think that might have been
like an abandoned
Yeah.
back or something.
Oh yeah.
Shrines. There you go. That's what. Did you know that you are now a rabbit? Episode
I think
3.
they do.
All over again.
Oh, is that? I thought that was another game. Do you know that you're now a rabbit? By Major Arcana
Goodness.
Games.
All right, we are back.
Okay. I'll
so
be
yeah,
normal.
So, I thought you were normal.
Hey.
So at Solace,
Where's my Nick filter? I want to look like Nick.
Solace is the result of a clue that Ben got on a 12+ missing child that Market refuses to acknowledge. Solace is a boy who went off and got a piece of an Echo Saint and brought it back. And there was some threat about putting it in the box and making it go away. Oh, there's that. There's that.
Is that a clue for this one, or is that a conspiracy?
That's a clue for this one. Yeah, and I think you got a conspiracy clue off of that as well, because it was a 12+, and that was the that was the guy taking that was the evidence that someone is living and hiding nearby, and that they're on the run. So that was the the like disused shack that
where
you found
Lila
evidence
was
of,
not.
where Lily was not. Yeah, and that was like someone who had been there recently but is no longer there. All right, I think we are back up to speed.
We got there eventually.
Says you. The hell you say?
Hopefully the stream will stay up for a while. We'll see how that goes. And cool. So new assignment. I think maybe do you sleep in the car, or
I don't think we would sleep before we were going to have our discussion. That was the next thing we were going to do, is have our freewheeling discussion.
That's right.
Maybe we're supposed to be sleeping in the car, but someone is like a kid at a camp keeping us up.
Nice.
Before
your freewheeling discussion happens, a child does approach you, one that you haven't seen before.
I punched him. I'm kidding. I don't punch
them. And they do the like eyes roll back, mouth open.
Son of a bitch.
Static. Come in. All right, here's your new assignment, everybody.
Can't you just send a telegram? This is creepy, taking over children all the time.
I'm just
Why
grateful.
Is it always kids?
Grateful when it doesn't.
Kids' minds are more resilient. If we did that to an adult, they would go insane immediately. So we have to use children because their minds can snap back after we transmit.
Okay, well, let's stop talking to it so it can have its mind back.
So you keep calling it. You're on the right track already. The distant town of Welkin's Vigil is perched on the northeastern cliffs of the peninsula, that way, across the nameless channel from the distant Linger Straits. It once served as a military outpost in anticipation of a war that never reached the peninsula directly. Local historians will tell you that in centuries past, it was the site of a stone fort where chieftains kept watch along the coast for incoming raiders. Anyone who's vacationed in Welkin's Vigil will tell you that it's a lovely town with scenic views and quaint locals who are proud of their history. So it's an unusual location for the custodians to be sent on assignment. It seems that an iron cormorant, a decommissioned battle saint, which until recently stood on display at a veterans memorial in town square, has been activated and now patrols the outskirts of the town. Some folks call it the Sleepless Warden. Security briefings with the Peninsulan Armed Forces confirmed that the Battle Saint was fully disarmed years ago and has no operational capacity. An expert from the Institute for Theological Research and Innovation has suggested that underlying divine influences may have played a role. It's a fact that the population of Welkin's Vigil is largely composed of veterans and families displaced by prior wars, all of them having served war gods in the past. If historical records can be trusted to remain unaltered by the slew of modern propaganda gods, it has also been claimed that Welkin's Vigil was once a pre-modern fort built over countless burial mounds of distant warrior clans. Perhaps some ancient god has been stirred by an atmosphere of perceived threats and hostility to outsiders. Or perhaps the residents themselves, driven by a growing paranoia about attacks from abroad, have found a way to awaken it through acts of unsanctioned worship. To complicate matters further, the town itself is recognized as a site of historic and divine significance by the Central Glottish government, which is monitoring recent events via the Welkin Historical Interest Preservation Society to ensure that no historically significant features of the town are damaged further. In particular, the custodians have been informed, that's you, that the town is sentimental to an important adjudicator who vacationed there as a child. This assignment must be resolved with a more cautious approach. And let's
When are we not cautious?
let's address this one to none of your sanctioned gods.
As far
Let's
as we know.
do to probably Hugh makes sense.
Sure.
What details of the report make you certain that a god now animates the battle scene?
Oh, what details in the report?
The way it always yells, "I am a god."
Well, I think the report itself has extra writing in it. That if like you squint your eyes right on it, you see like the old something in the old tongue that's like I live and I am watching.
Oh, or maybe it's coming through like subvocally through the because the report's being delivered by the
yeah,
child.
yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think does it have to be a subtle thing? Because if a different voice comes through and says, I live and I see you.
Yeah, I hunger.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, cool. The child comes back, wanders off. So questions and opportunities for this one. First one is, has the warden been awakened intentionally or accidentally? Complexity 2, that unlocks the next appropriate question. If the warden was awakened intentionally, how can it be pacified? Or if the warden was awakened accidentally, what new purpose could it serve? So that is, but that's a ways away from here at the floating market. That's all the way over there on the cliffs. But here you are on the.
You say.
I think we found a solution to our problem.
All our problems are gone.
We finally unlocked the cliffs.
Yeah, are they the Omega cliffs?
No, they're not. They're just the northeastern cliffs. Northeast across the channel. I guess it's the Blue West Channel. That's what it is. Just looking at a map, but that doesn't matter now. What matters now is that you are on the shores of the White Gull River at the floating market, and you wanted to do some freewheeling discussion about solving a thing. Freewheel.
Yeah.
So you have you've got some clues. You got 4 clues. The initial question is a complexity 2. What illegal product presents the most serious danger to the public? When you have an open freewheeling discussion, we're gonna do that.
Soup.
So yeah, let me remind you a little bit about what we've found here.
All the products we have encountered.
All the products, and there are a few you haven't encountered. Let's see. You did not get the paper angels. You did not get the gently glowing caterpillar with a soothing voice. You did see the.
This game now.
You
have to go back.
You can still go back if you want. You did see the miracle leech, the tiny savior in a bottle from Guddle and Croak. You did see the Godflesh bites from the Salt and Smoke floating grill. You did see the heavy industrial chest with reinforced corners and padlocks on each side of the lid, described as pit in a box. That was from Jones & Co. Theological Containment and Dissolution Services. And you did see the paintings of an unknown river prophet from Relics Reborn.
Oh yeah, I almost bought that.
Hey, you almost bought that one. I think that's it. So you can talk about which one of those 4 is the most dangerous, or you can go look at some more if you want.
We would have had to tie it to the roof of the car.
So we just pick 2 clues, explain how they have nothing to do with it, and we've answered the question.
Theoretically.
Exactly.
0. What are our clues? A side character is unusually armed, extra goods in sealed chests, an invitation to the next floating market, and a missing child. Oh man. I wonder if I'm
just gonna say the missing child leans heavily towards pit in a box, but
children go missing all the time.
Oh man.
It could also be the one where the painting where people look like they're kind of dying.
Yeah.
could any of, I'm looking at the Carl having the anti-saint stuff.
Mhm.
Could any of these devices that we've seen be the sort of thing that would lure a saint around that we wouldn't want to tangle with?
Good question.
Or perhaps could even maybe make someone into a saint, turn people into saints.
The god flesh bites are definitely could be part of a ritual to hollow someone into a saint.
You spit those out.
I was leaning towards the god flesh bites anyway.
He was absently eating more god flesh.
Hey, there we go. Okay, no fancy stuff.
But we won't crash over.
Yeah, but it will not crash, hopefully. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why this PC would ever crash. Cool. So we're in the middle of a theorizing.
If I may monologue for a moment.
Yes, do it.
This. Now, I'm not sure how the clues pan out yet. That's where we can all figure out. But my gut leans toward what may appear to be the most innocuous thing here. The god flesh bites. Because you see, it's not flashy. Everything else here wants to grab your attention with big artifacts and saint-slaying weapons and chests and the god flesh bites, they seem so innocent, like a mere concession that you have because you've been walking around the market, you get hungry. And if we've already seen one small bowl, and Hugh has already developed quite the unquenchable hunger for it. And as we all know, gods must feed, and gods are cruel. Therefore, would they not enjoy the bitter irony of spreading the flesh of perhaps one of their rival gods, that while they must feed, they are feeding the masses? And if the god flesh bites were to spread wide enough and far enough, the entire world could quickly and easily become enthralled to this dish. And that, to me, it's the most dangerous on multiple levels, on its seeming innocuousness and the ease of which it could spread and consume the planet. Now, the question is,
what clues lead you to believe that?
These clues line up with that theory.
I think Ren is like nodding along vigorously, but then like pauses to like understand what Mr. Beshan's saying. Is like, what? Myself. I don't get it.
You insist they aren't that addictive.
Fine, they're fine.
They're tasty.
I could stop anytime.
Yep.
Now, I do think that perhaps, what was his name? The guard guy with the gun?
Carl?
Carl being
with the god mace.
Armed with the
anti-saint measure.
saint. That tells me that either A or B or both, either many saints end up in this area somehow, say maybe from eating too much god flesh bites. Or
why is everyone staring at me?
Or if he's also someone who enjoys hunting said things, and obviously he took the post here for a reason, because it's a good hunting ground. So either way, this would seem to be a high action area for saints. And it wouldn't surprise me if eat enough of that dish, you might become one.
I think that Ren has been staring at Hugh and is like, say the word and I'll grant you a swift death. Give me the sign.
And if I may be so bold,
I think Hugh is just kind of like, hold off for now.
That leads to it being perfectly logical that they've given us an invitation to the next floating market, because of course they're going to want to keep people coming back to get more of the god flesh bites. A seeming act of, oh yes, please, you're so important, very important, have a special invitation to come back to the market. They probably give those to everyone. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
The clues were the meatballs.
The clues were
the stew.
Armed side character.
Oh yeah,
Well, the actual clue was
Carl.
character and invitation to next floating market were the two I was proposing.
That makes a lot of sense.
I think Hugh in character as a character can't go along with it, but it's like, I don't know, maybe.
If you'll notice now,
and,
Hugh,
and that's just that one place. Like the rest of the market has nothing to do with that dude.
Notice that the two of us who have not had the Godflesh bites thought it sounded like a very sound theory, while the one of us who has had the Godflesh bites is the one poo-pooing the theory. I think that's evidence in our case.
I'm just asking questions.
Are those prayer marks appearing on your forehead? We want to make it. We want to let it be over before it gets too bad.
What if I went back for more god bites?
No. If we somehow conclusively prove that is not the case, then I still don't think it's a good idea to have more god bites.
A controlled experiment
If
where
one of us, more of them, then we'll know.
One of us eats a lot of them.
If you turn into a saint, we'll know that we were correct.
Does seem to be what's about to happen then.
You
just talked us into about to be having a saint.
Whisper quietly to Rin, I think we should give Carl Hugh's name, tell him to keep an eye on him.
Oh no.
Should I go back and get that mace?
I mean, Carl's happy to chime in if you have more questions. If you have more questions about the anti-saint mace.
Yeah, we never did ask him about it, did we?
Carl, what's the weirdest thing you killed with that?
Killed.
Slowed. Stalled.
Bashed.
Quelled.
Love tap too.
Bonked.
What are you afraid he might answer?
God damn it. I'm afraid he'll answer.
My father.
Yeah.
The last agent they sent around here.
Probably the most likely.
The last people that wandered onto here.
Yeah, that's the most likely bad answer. Why don't we get you to do a veiled move with
communion.
Presence.
Communion. The saint thing. God damn.
Yeah, but you're just talking.
Shut fuck. Why do I always just talk? I'm so just talk. I'll get myself in trouble. Ugh, this is what I always do as my character. I'm like, my character's weird and not good at talking, and then I just talk.
You just can't stop talking.
I can't stop talking. Oh, got a camping shovel and a bag full of feathers. I'm just gonna roll.
That's an 8. That's great. Yeah, and he what's a thing he could do? It says I think it's gonna be a good answer with the complication. It's yeah, and he kind of like looks at it and looks at you, kind of looks up and down and says, usually showing it off is good enough. Or no, he had to like usually showing it off is good enough. It's a little up talk.
Like I'm also cradling like a corpse as I ask.
That's right. You got the bag. Like, yeah, usually showing it off is good enough. Most folks who come here are already kind of not looking to make trouble because, of the nature of the business. Folks who, especially folks at the market selling their wares, they don't want to make too much of a scene. So if something does get out of hand, and it rarely does, usually just a bit of show of force is necessary. Occasionally something will flop out of the river. I think they call them saints. They're just big crabs, really. And not even that big. And it like makes a goes from like here to like here. Like it's hard to say. They kind of shift when you
really likes
look
the
at them
taste
too
of
close.
Do they
I
seem
hope-
to make a bead for the Godflesh Bites place?
I hope Hugh doesn't have
No,
a
they
shellfish
just
allergy.
they just crawl up the river. They just crawl up the riverbank sometimes. No, over at the over at what's his face's what's the name of the place? Over at Salt and Smoke.
Mm.
I mean, that's to hear tell, that is the genuine article. In fact, they're not just pulling crustaceans out of the river and calling them saints. They've got a supplier somewhere. And it's not just a god, it's well, there are many gods, big and small, and the small ones, if it's just a couple, it's just a family who's got a god from the backyard to keep their garden going, or a petty god of feuding between a couple folks, those die real easy. I don't have to get involved in any of that. But wherever they get them from, it's they get a variety. So who knows what you've been eating if you've been eating there.
Hugh's mouth is steadily watering through hope.
Yeah.
Maybe like grab the back of his shirt as he starts walking away. No.
And the complication I'm gonna give you is
focus for 5 minutes.
Just
Ooh. Oh wow, yeah.
no. It's just
Wow,
no.
He says, and there's only a few things that can kill a god, really. Saints, I mean, depending on the saint, of course, I wouldn't want to go up against a battle saint alone. But there are folks who specialize in that kind of thing. And well, you aren't asking too many questions. They do a good business over at Salt and Smoke. And if that business were to be threatened, I mean, if they know folks that go god hunting, folks like you, a lot squishier than a god.
Don't I know it?
And I'm going to start a clock.
God damn it.
Where am I going to start it?
God damn it. Well,
Products and items. Look at that. That's going to be a 6 o'clock. I just want to take on that.
what makes it tick? Every time I
Bad
ask a
things.
question?
Bad things.
Bad things. Okay, we'll
I'm
just
sure we
simply
won't
not
have
have.
any more of
We
these.
just simply will not have.
Just
bad
won't have
things
any bad
happen.
things happen. Yeah, the
Easy.
implication is whoever is getting them godflesh might not take kindly into someone looking into that.
Okay, cool. Let's not.
So that being said, you think the godflesh is the most important stuff? The most
That's what
dangerous
I
thing?
think. That's my contribution to the freewheeling discussion.
Yeah.
Is there a consensus?
Well,
Of,
let me
of
look
me
up
as
the
a player,
things.
sure.
Night market, floating market. Well, it is called the floating market, and those were floating. Typically, flesh doesn't float.
I think Hugh's take is like, fine, let's investigate this and just prove that it's awesome.
So that you can enjoy it guilt-free.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I think Ren grabs one of your little nuggets and throws it in the water. Godflesh.
Great. Would he like to roll for that one?
Grabs it.
Yeah, I think yeah, I'm like it's unnaturally buoyant. And we just
so
like
that's
watch it
just-
float away, and Hugh is like kind of chasing after it, maybe.
That's just a roll straight up.
So far, I
Two
have,
clues.
yep, hold on, yep.
That's my contribution. Now Hugh's mad at me.
No.
I'm Bunny.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. Is this a role that we, I mean, can upgrade if we? No, I mean, I don't even know if I have anything.
Don't think you can do advantage. Or
Right. So
anything like
you just it is just a straight up roll in general.
But
Yeah,
after the
yeah.
fact,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can bump it by everybody taking.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, if
I think
everyone
that-
does it.
I think that was also maybe Rand's way of like
12.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
think it-
That's great. On a
A
12
nat
plus,
12.
on a 12 plus, the answer is correct. And the events are also connected to the conspiracy.
Oh,
Someone from the conspiracy will reveal themselves to the custodians
What
while
would
you're
God
pursuing
Flesh
the
have
opportunity.
anything to do with any conspiracy?
Great. So that's extra bonus for me. So that unlocks
I think
the
that
other
Ren
two
like
questions.
keeps throwing the bits in the water and like is trying to get them away from you.
Little does she know she's making more fish saints.
Yeah.
So the two questions you have available now are: how can the product be neutralized? That's the 4 by destroying
why
it.
would we want to do that?
Or how can you take advantage of the opportunities the market,
no.
the market as a whole
That's the
presents?
one.
okay.
All right, let's start a
and that will
business.
resolve the assignment by negotiating an exclusive arrangement with a product vendor so they will not endanger the public, meaning removing Godflesh bites from the public. But yeah, so that's a complexity 6. How can you take advantage of the opportunities the market presents? Great. So there's that. It is nighttime. The market has, like, folks have closed up their boats. Carl has like put a little rope across the dock. Boop, closed. And he's like, see you in the morning if we're still here. And Toodle's off to one of a boat that is nearby, attached to one of the other market boats, to curl up for the night.
We should get a boat.
What would y'all like to do here on the gulls of the white, or on the shores of the White Gull?
I would like to see what Lucas says.
Mm.
Hey, Lucas, want to go swimming?
So you have
I think I'm like,
the
is it
Maiden's
here?
Embrace. You can speak with corpses as if they were side characters, and they can communicate clearly, even if they're in tiny chunks in a bag. So yeah, what do you say to Lucas?
I think I'm like, they kind of, everyone wanders away, or maybe Red wanders away, and it's like holding Lucas, watching the sun go down, like sitting beside each other, and is like, well, what do you think? Is it here?
I think this is going to be another roll to see if it is or not.
I just have anything easy.
What are you? No.
I'm not afraid. And the sun is still up. The sun is still up. The sun is still up.
This is going to be the rest of the game. Every time you ask him, he's just going to be like, nah, I don't like it here either.
It's not here. I don't
No,
like
this
it here.
doesn't, vibes are off here.
Oh my gosh, Lucas.
I'm
I'm not your chauffeur. I think I am.
I personally would be afraid that it would be far away from here, but what are you afraid of?
No, not that. I'm afraid that I have to miss my friend. Yeah, I'm afraid that it's way on the other end of the river.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm afraid of something that's easier than that. Yeah.
This is going to be with communion.
Good thing. Okay. That's a +1.
It's a +1.
Oh, god damn it.
That is a 7. That's 7.
Yeah.
You did it.
Is that
great?
Oh. Okay, cool.
Whoa, you've got a +1 with communion?
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I just used my advancement.
Just did.
We all have 0 negative ones.
I know, I saw y'all needed some help.
Great. So this is going to be good with a little complication. And
what's life without complications?
yeah. And so Lucas says, it's real close. And the voice is again kind of like talking through like a meat smoothie kind of Blah, 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 blah.
Did you say a meat smoothie? Is that
Yeah,
what
like
you
a meat
said?
smoothie.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm checking that.
Take some pork chops, put them in a blender.
Bacon smoothie.
But the complication is
that we accidentally find too many clues.
Yeah, we're too good. Lucas is too happy.
so you're on the you're looking at the sunset over the river. So you're on the eastern bank.
Then it's on the other bank, yeah.
It's on the other bank. Yeah. Yeah, it's just down the river piece.
I think I'm gonna hop in the water and start swimming to the other bank.
Ooh, okay, cool. We'll let you start doing that as the sun goes down.
Or steal a boat. Wait. Yeah. I mean, what Ren would do was that. I think I would start swimming.
What are Hugh and Sebastian doing as evening falls here?
I think Sebastian's like,
Ren starts
what are
wading
you
into the
doing?
river.
Stop, Ren! This is not a good idea.
We know there's bad stuff in there.
You can't do Lucas any good if you're eaten by a saint.
And now they're gone. I've been racking my brains to think of something useful of a useful detail to change about about a side character or a location.
Would you like a review of what we have in play here? So for the floating market, locations are the market itself and the various I have something fun to come up here. There's the stores, there's our side characters, Kaz Happy Feet. Oh, you did see the gently glowing caterpillar with the soothing force. Or no, I think you left there before Kaz showed it to you. Guddle and Croak.
Are you looking for something to change regarding specifically the situation of Rin jumping in the river or something else?
No, I was thinking if we could get an in with the people selling the god flesh somehow.
There's also
quarter the market,
the Dusk Mother stuff.
Oh, geez, yeah.
But really, the only things you've seen there are the slaughterhouse, the cattle yard, the town, that hunter, and the one random employee there.
Oh yeah. I thought I'd have a much easier time using this ability, but and let's see.
And right now you've got 2 available clues for the floating market.
Could I write in that one of the people who runs the Godflesh shop? Yeah, could I be like working away at my altar and write that one of them used to be a follower of the Watcher in the Wings?
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, you've only met
Sebastian.
Mog Squamus right now, but you
Okay.
could definitely write in another one if you want.
No, I can work with Mog Squamus, I think.
Mog doesn't seem the theatrical type, but you know, what's written is written.
Sometimes people work backstage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mog Squamus sounds like a Star Wars character.
I know, it totally does. Cool. So you can alter reality by writing about it. When you write about a side character or location while at your altar, mark ink, and then tell the keeper a single detail about your subject is not true. Great. So mark ink for that, and that just becomes true.
He was a beloved tech.
The blood of the theater.
Your altar is.
I was trying to get information about that. I couldn't really tell.
A roadside lending library that you only have the key to. I think because of the nature of like who you are, that might be like a one little like tiny libraries, but it just like shows up where you are, kind of.
Yeah. It's always just off the road if you know where you see it.
So it's just you kind of like going off to the main road and being like, where's that library? Oh, there it is. Writing your thing.
Cool.
Baba Yaga's library.
What about Sebastian? What are you up to?
It's a damn fine question. Damn fine, if I do say so myself.
You're about to have a friend who's working at the Godflesh shop.
Puts on his little Burger King hat.
I think he's immediately worried about Ren
Oh, yeah.
in the river, because he definitely thinks that's not a good idea at all.
Yeah, and I think as you're kind of like looking at Ren is walking into the river, there's not because she or they, I forget,
They.
are like going into the river kind of like downstream, so like across and to the left, and upstream, like as the sun is dipped behind the trees on the other side of the river, and upstream, kind of like floating down, you start hearing like birds, um, like chittering and honking and squawking, um, and you see it looks like a lot of birds to the north, both in the trees and or to the to the north, both in the trees and kind of on the river, kind of just like noisily making their way towards the market.
Good time.
Wait, birds making its way towards the market?
Yeah, just like a bunch of birds.
Okay.
Probably fine.
I'm also trying to remember where are all the like normal moves? Oh, they're not in the spreadsheet, are they?
They should be
The left side?
and the left side, if you look at moves ref
Left side of which tab?
of the custodians tab,
Oh, the custodians.
down on rows 81 through 92.
Oh, I scrolled too far. Oh yeah, there's nothing special there. Okay. What in the wide world of sports I could possibly do here?
And as the birds float down the river, like you do see there's more crabs than usual. They're kind of like scuttling out of the river. Not dangerous, but just kind of like it's time to go nighttime shopping for crabs.
I think, well, let me check everybody's okay. Oh, okay, that's good. None of us are too bad on conditions. I think I just all I can think of to do, but it seems in character, so it's fine. All right, quickly. You know what? A key tenet of theater is improvisation. Improvisation. When someone is in the moment and they make a move like that, you have to work with it, and that's fine. You just got to rewrite the show to incorporate that. So here we go. Our Ren has become the heroine of our story, as Ren valiantly jumped in the river, blinded by her quest to complete her task and give Lucas solace and peace. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, because everybody's got to play a part too. I mean,
I think he was just idly playing his flute at this point.
Perfect.
Cross buns.
Her companion Hugh played an inspirational song to buoy his companion across the river in safety, to the rhythm of his notes being the perfect pace of a swimming stroke for her to make optimal time, while her other companion, Sebastian, noticed a fishing vessel that seemed to be heading towards the group of that seemed to be harvesting the crabs. And therefore, because they had baited hooks and everything in the water, it would draw attention away from our heroine as they swam to their destination. For all the creatures of the deep knew that around this time was usually feeding time, when food from the gods dripped into the water, unknowingly, of course, baited with hooks, but these were stupid creatures of the deep. That, and the end of the act, our heroine emerged victorious at their destination.
Oh no, I'm about to get the condition disappointment.
Oh no. I'm not around for this.
Well, you are. I mean,
Oh no. Hi, buddy.
I don't think Ren is necessarily like playing a part. They're just like doing what they're already doing. unless you want to be a part of it, but you don't have to. I think if Hugh's playing is part of it, you'll get your plus for that at the risk of disappointment.
I guess the question is, does Hugh alter his playing to go with the narrative and be a nice briskly paced swimming song?
Hugh, do you risk it for the plus?
Sorry?
Are you being part of the play, risking disappointment?
So I add plus to the roll. So
yeah.
Okay. So if it's a miss, do I get disappointment?
If it is a 7 to 9, you will get a disappointment.
Okay, yeah.
Only on a full hit will it be not.
Oh,
this
but
could be
if
the
it's
one.
If it's 2 to 6, though.
If it's 2 to 6, then performance. Oh yeah, I think on 2 to 6 you're fine.
Okay.
It's just Bastion will have a problem.
Yeah. Let's go for
You
it.
just don't want to be mid.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing to do at theater.
Great. So that's presence, which is 2 plus 1. So you're rolling 2 dice plus 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hold on. Is that what it does? It gives me a plus 1. I forgot.
Yeah. Roll presence. Invite your fellow custodians to play along by contributing a single detail to the monologue. Add 1 to roll if they participate.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And the detail is the song.
I thought it was going to be an extra die. Damn it!
No.
Plus 1.
So yeah,
I say
2 dice plus 3. Not bad.
Yeah, I don't think because let me check my altar. I don't. Where's my altar? Yeah, I don't really think that's. So we'll just roll it. 2 dice plus 3. And that's an 8. Of course. I have yet to have a successful show.
Not impressive.
God damn it.
Would you like to bump it up by marking your verse?
Oh, what did I do? Okay. Weird, my spreadsheet just like reloaded. There we go. Let me see where I'm at versus. Okay, I'm not doing that bad. Yeah, I'm tired of having mid shows.
Oh.
So you can mark verse of history or verse of prophecy.
History. I mean history.
All right.
Disappointment.
Will eventually a flashback showing the power I felt when a god seemed to listen to me for the first time.
Do you want to do that now or save it?
No, we can do it. Let's do it. I like doing it. Previously on Sebastian, I know that I was responsible for my father getting sacrificed to the gods. So it feels like that. I think it would be that. So it's kind of a continuation of that, because when that happened, I feel like Hugh and his mother are rehearsing lines for the show. I mean, not Hugh, Bastian, sorry, and rehearsing lines for the show. And Bastian's kind of distracted, not getting his lines, and his mother is like, Bastian, hello, you're not being present. You know, a key to theater is presence. You have to be present and be listening. You're usually very good at being present. Bastian's like, oh yes, I'm sorry, mother, but I have to confess something. In my love for the theater, and my love for you, and my love for your love of the theater, I think I idly, well, maybe not really so idly, quite actively lashed out in anger and wished that father was not such an impediment to our paths. And I spoke with someone, and I mean, I guess I can't ever be sure, but I feel like it was him. I feel like it was the Watcher. It was listening to me. And it was shortly after that that father disappeared quickly. In our last scene, we never determined exactly what happened to my father, did we?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't remember any details. Okay,
The sacrifices are necessary, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we know he was sacrificed, but I didn't think it was like, I didn't remember. I don't think we said like, oh, this happened to him, or he was killed by this or whatever. So,
right.
So anyway, yes, back to the scene. And so it was that very night that father disappeared. And the show went up the next night to rave reviews, and was the best show the theater had put on to date. And that was the first time when I felt like the Watchers. I was starting to feel like the Watcher was nothing but a critic. Like nothing was ever good enough. And for the first time, I felt like I was valued, that he'd listened to me, and that our path forward was cleared, as difficult as it might have been in other ways. Does that mean I still have his ear? Does that mean he'll listen to me from now on? Yeah, I think Mom is a little quiet. He's sort of hard to parse, like, oh, is she going to be angry about this? Is she going to, not sure how she's going to react to this. And I think she kind of is quiet for a moment and says, sometimes sacrifices must be made for the good of the show. Everyone in theater sacrifices something, our time. The diligent crew work so hard and yet don't get much of the recognition. It's part of their sacrifice. I think, Bastian, that you showed a strength that I've never had. That you actively sought that which I just passively wished would happen. But it's important for you to know that every show must pass on its own merit. Because you had one good run, the next night could be a flop, it could be an empty house. And it's the same with the Watcher. So always strive to do your best, and just know that you will fail again. It's never an assured success, but this is huge, Bastian. This is huge, because Now you've seen the evidence that he is real and he does listen. And I remember the first time that happened to me too. And I'm so glad that we can share this path together. Now, unimpeded. And I think that's it.
Nice. Cool. So, Ren, you make it across the river safely.
Yay, no
And we can
problem.
both,
Yeah.
All of my own volition.
Yeah,
That's right, all
such
by
a good
yourself.
swimmer.
we can both take the
Um,
condition inspired too.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
all
Yes.
custodians are participating. I assume that means Bastion as well.
Yeah. I mean, from the phrasing at least.
I would hope so. It's my damn
And
show.
The flute.
Cool. And you can clear that condition to get advantage on the roll. Nice.
Bunny, what are you doing?
Great. So, Ren, where when you it's across the river and down a bit, and you're swimming with this this sack of meat.
Yep.
And it's what does lost the name
Lucas.
Lucas.
what does Lucas tell you about their home as you approach it?
I think they say you can't miss it. Where there was sand on the shore becomes pebbles. And if you follow those pebbles up, you'll see a small rock wall. And beyond that, the patchy grass that we called our yard. Yeah.
Yeah, so in the night, there's no lights over there. And you do find a piece of the shore that is a little sandy beach. You walk up,
Or it becomes, it's no longer sandy.
yeah, it's
Pebbles.
and it becomes pebbles there.
Yeah.
You walk up, and there is a low stone wall and what looks like a patch of grass beyond it. What happened to the house that was there that used to be there?
Yeah, I think and there's, instead of a house, there is just it almost looks like driftwood.
Mm-hmm.
Like just collapse, like it looks like it's both collapsed and weathered by the river.
Mm.
It looks like the house had been taken by the river and then put
Like
back.
the river had risen in, but yeah.
Funny.
Where do you put Lucas?
In between the stones of the wall.
Mm. Like in the, can you say more?
So the stones are like, so there's like pebbles and they go up to this little stone wall, and the stone wall supposedly keeps the river out, but not really.
I see.
And I think Lucas would like to be wedged in between, like picking a stone up and putting
Oh wow,
Lucas
okay, cool.
in the wall.
Part of the wall, yeah.
So that Lucas can protect the next house that's there.
Mm. What's the last thing that Lucas says to you?
I hate flowers.
Great. Your task is complete.
Yay!
Unmark that fate box.
Now I'm gonna quit my job.
Yeah. Do you do anything else while you're over here?
I mean, yeah, I think what do I do?
And yeah, the house is super weird because the house looks like it's made of driftwood in the dark. Like it's like someone, like almost like someone like made a model house out of driftwood. Like it's been transformed by whatever whatever happened there.
Um, uh, so the Cairn Maiden, I mean, I haven't gotten to that in the podcast yet, but I think I want to take the pebbles and like make a cairn.
Oh yeah.
Like take some of the pebbles and put them on the sandy part of the soil and like make little cairns
Nice.
just to protect the area. Yeah, and then we'll toodle my way back.
Yeah, you got safe passage. I think as you
Easy. There's no danger in the water, y'all.
as you turn back to the water, you think you see someone, a figure. You imagine it must be the maiden, standing in the middle of the river. And it's dark. It is, a couple hours past sunset. And so you can kind of see, there are lights down by where the market is, but and the moon is not super bright, but it's out. And I think it's almost comforting when you see the figure there, as if she's like come to witness you putting her to rest, putting them to rest. But then you notice that she is kind of floating along with the river and kind of like waving like that a little bit.
Her
And
entire body, or
like her entire body, yeah. And as your eyes kind of adjust to the dark, you see it's not a person at all. It looks like a swan, but its neck is what you thought the body was. So it is quite large, as long as a rowboat. It's a quite large swan. It doesn't seem to notice you and just seems to be content drifting down the river.
yeah, I think we just regard one another.
I don't think it regards you at all. You
Wow.
do not.
Rude.
It is best that it does not.
I wouldn't take that disrespect from the swan.
Hey, you.
That would be the Hugh way of things.
No, I think that just like Red just kind of sits respectfully and is like, all right. Let that go by.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Karen Swan.
Sure. It's
cool. I think we can wrap the night there and say that you get back. Where do y'all crash?
Abandoned shack.
Abandoned shack.
I'm guessing, is there like a hotel establishment at the market?
Not at the market for sure.
tourist trap.
Right.
But if you want to journey, you might be able to find something.
I think journeying's always a good idea, personally. And we should check out the brand new thing and get maybe we should get clues for the old thing. I don't care. We should journey somewhere.
Yeah, you got 3 things. I see exactly where that might be.
Yeah, is there a place to stay at either of the other 2 assignments?
There might be a place down at Welton's Vigil. That'll definitely be a journey though.
Well, that's okay, right?
Yeah. Let's actually take 5. And we'll figure out what we do when we get back.
Cool. Thank you, 5.
Righty.
Sorry, y'all. Mark never left his room, so I had no indicator of time. I was just like, la 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 la.
So do y'all want to journey, or do you want to hang out nearby, maybe crash in that abandoned shack?
Shack, 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 shack.
I know I don't feel like Bastion would be crazy about the shack. Like, ew, the shack. The shack
True.
seemed
From a storytelling
disgusting.
perspective, that makes it more fun.
Why would we want to stay in an abandoned, dilapidated shack?
Oh.
We are agents. We have jobs.
Try to
not
lay
vagrants.
low and not draw attention.
Hugh has already like scoped out a corner of the shack.
Lily might come back. You never know.
Oh, that's a good point. We have to find Lily.
I guess I'm playing the voice of Zeph. Maybe
That's
your friend
good.
will come back.
It's a good point. We still must find her. Maybe this is her shack. All right.
There's
We'll
still
stay
a
here for the
corner
sake
left.
of investigating and catching Lily.
Of course, I should probably be journeying from a mid-back's perspective, just to lose the addiction to the god flesh. But
I also feel like, since
Oh yeah, I got
Bastion
generational
being
trauma.
Bastion being very self-centered, I think it is kind of bothering him that I don't think he, or at least he thinks that like Ren doesn't even realize the part they played in the show and just thinks
I don't think Ren does.
So I think he has to bring
All
it up.
by
I think Bastion's
themselves.
like, my good lady. First off, Hugh, your talents are progressing wonderfully. You jumped right into part, played a perfect musical accompaniment, it was brilliant. Loved what you did there.
Hugh is just staring blankly back.
Ren, I applaud your improvisation, but perhaps in the future we might want to think more before we act, being that if I had not been so quick-witted as to jump in and use my sway with the watcher to narrate your foolish actions into a grand gesture of theater, well, you would probably be dead.
No, it's not my time yet. I wish. But I heard you play it well.
You were the star.
That's kind of you, but
So come morning, what do you get up to? The market is probably there for one more day at least.
I think Ren is a little forlorn and just like keeps patting their
Oh no.
scarves. It's like,
well, you know what is a good remedy for the blues? A road trip.
I think at this point Hugh is going to be like, sir, I think I got you an in with the Godflesh people if you want to investigate.
Oh yeah, I think if what you wrote is true, Sebastian will know this person already.
Okay.
Because
okay.
You're not just altering the other person's memory. It's you've altered.
Thanks. Yeah. Don't you want to check in with your friend?
What was his name again?
And that it could be Hog Swallop, whatever it is.
Yes, I remember it. The Star Wars guy.
Mog
Squamus, or it could be a new person if you like. Mog Squamus was the cook that you met before.
I think it needs to be Mog Squamus.
All right.
Yeah, I figured like maybe when he's telling me about when we're discussing the case and stuff, he probably mentions that guy, and I'm like, wait, Mog Squamus? Mog Squamus works at that eatery? Oh, well, we must go see Mog Squamus. I have to find out what could possibly lead him. Where is his path taking him that he's working at a for purveyor of godflesh bites?
Mog gets around, I suppose.
And besides, we still haven't found Lily.
Should have not found Lily.
Lily's in several towns over.
You curse your tongue. Lily is first priority A mission before we get to any other missions. We must find Lily.
All right.
Lily's on an island somewhere.
Maybe I can ask around about Lily.
I think both of you can make that happen. Cool. So if you want to head over to the Salt and Smoke.
Hugh emphatically does.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's it.
That was weird there.
And
well, on the way, I think is Carl at the gate again.
Oh yeah, Carl's at the gate. Yeah.
I think I'd stop by Carl again. Like, keep your eye out for that Lily girl. We still haven't found Lily.
Oh yeah,
the one that stole my locket. And remember the serial killer? She's a serial killer. Very
the one
dangerous.
with the banjo or whatever. Yeah.
Yes. It's very dangerous serial killer on the loose.
Definitely keep an eye out for her.
I don't feel like Carl takes it seriously enough. I mean,
I think Red wants to go look. Killer. I think Red wants to go look at the painting again.
We're all just going back to the things that are worse.
As you're kind of making your way through one of the stores that you
I'm happy to stay with the group though if we prefer.
There's a like someone is haggling very loudly, like there's a lot of yelling and pointing fingers, and you see the vendor is holding like a sack. It's kind of like oozing something and maybe like jostling a little bit. It's hard to tell whether they're moving it or not, but like they're just like, that can't be more than X number of monies. Like, no, it's worth way more than that.
And this throw on the way to the shop.
Yeah, it's just like a store. It doesn't even have a sign. It's just like a guy with a boat with a bunch of stuff to sell. And there's another person there like trying to haggle their way into this lumpy oozing sack.
I think Hugh asks what's in the sack.
Are you asking the buyer or the seller?
The seller, I think.
Something that's much more valuable than this fine gentleman seems to think it is. I assure you that. And the guy buying it kind of like gives you a look over his shoulder and kind of like moves like to like block your view of it.
I think Bastion is sort of annoyed that we've been waylaid because he has places he wants to go and
I think
come on.
Ren's like, tell me more.
I think Bastion steps in and goes like, well, look, we're strangers. Let us be the
really
arbiters.
Isn't an object.
Tell us what's into it, and we'll help you. We'll help mediate this price, and let's get this over with. We have places to be.
I mean, you can just walk by them if you want to, but yeah, if you want to mediate, that's great. I love that.
That's why I think, because I think once Hugh stopped and got involved, it's just like we're not gonna get by this. All right, let's get this over with.
The only way out is through with Hugh.
You think it's worth this much? You think it's worth? Tell us what it is. We're mediators. We're agents. We're official entities. We'll tell you. We'll barter for. We'll mediate.
When you say that, the guy buying it gives you a look like, agents? What kind of agents?
What's the name? I keep forgetting. What's the fucking name
of our hero? Secret agents.
And I think this is the rare case where Hugh is trying to cover for he just meant, and Hugh's just completely blanking like on a decent lie to tell.
I think Bastion picks up on the cue and realizes like, all right, perhaps I've been a bit brash. It's like,
he meant
we are. Let's just say we're agents in official capacity
of chaos.
Oh, official capacity.
Yes.
Is that so?
Yes. And we're happy to mediate.
He's completely forgotten about the sack at this point.
I think Red wants to poke the sack.
Are you police by any chance?
No, God, no. Why would we be police?
What do you mean? Why wouldn't you want to be police?
Well, it's just not a job I would want. It's a job you would want.
Why wouldn't you want it?
I'm just, I'm saying some people are cut out to be police, some people aren't. I'm a man of the theater, my good man.
You think you're too good to be police?
I never said that. I'm just saying different paths. Is the butcher better than the baker? No, but one prefers to slaughter animals and one prefers to mix up yeast and whatever and make loaves.
Can I start walking off with the thing?
With the sack the guy's holding.
Is he holding it? Oh, I thought
Oh
he
yeah,
put it
yeah.
down.
No, the seller is still holding the sack. The guy who's buying is the one that's like.
I think I'm gonna poke it though.
Like, poke it, you buy it.
Really? I'll take it.
This does not.
And the guy buying it like puts his hands like, wait, hold on there.
Well, since
I don't know
who y'all
think
bidding
you
more
are.
here.
What's he offering? I can offer you more. Money is no problem for me.
I don't know what the currency is in Silt versus. Silt versus.
Neither do
Silt.
I.
50 silt.
Hot gossip.
What kind of hot gas?
Verse curses.
Money. I mean, there's got to be money,
Credits.
Grams
Cred.
of silt.
Star creds.
That's the one wildly sci-fi element.
I love
Oh, we're
that
in the
'cause
future.
It's the most out of place here in
It's
this.
apocalypse. See the Statue of
There'll be
Liberty
50
buried
star
in the sand.
creds.
Star Cred Hollow Box.
Oh, that's left over from the golden years when we used to go to space.
Suddenly became like a Fallout world here.
We came from the stars.
Remnants from the old world.
These here gods are aliens.
Yeah, he names a price which is a little bit out of your range, maybe.
Oh.
Like it's
Nuh-uh.
it's the cost of like a week at a hotel, whatever that is.
But I don't get to see it first.
Why would you want to buy it if you don't know what it is?
Well, why don't you tell me what it is?
I don't know you.
You're
I
a
don't know
merchant. Do you
you.
not want to sell your wares?
Well, I have a buyer right here who has gone to some trouble
Well, it
to
doesn't seem
arrange
like he's
delivery
trying
of
to
this
buy
item,
it.
and now you are here getting in on all of our businesses
Why
You
is
know
your
what, it's-
accent different?
because I'm the seller now.
Oh, you're the
Oh.
seller now. You're such a
Thank
good
you.
actor.
I'm
was
holding
like,
the bag of squirmy stuff that this
Okay.
fine gentleman has asked
know
for
what?
ahead of time. I procured for him, and now he is trying to give me a hard time over the price that we arranged on previously.
I
well,
think
it
it's
sounds like you
time
should just buy
Oh.
it then. That
for a
sounds very
spellbinding
simple.
tale. It seems
Let's
like
hear it.
time for spellbinding tale.
Let's hear
Good,
it.
thank you. I was beginning to do my talking thing again that I
I
need to stop doing.
Yeah, you're about to get in trouble.
He steps up and goes, all right, so you wanted to know what we are officially agents of. We are officially agents of, and I gesture to Rin.
I'm gonna spray paint some sets.
We are agents of, I gesture to Rin.
Chaos.
Duchess Habernacle here. Duchess Habernacle, the Duchess Habernacle of the Tabernacle Habernacles. So yes, the Duchess tries to keep on the down low, doesn't want everybody rushing them and trying to usher them into their shop, hoping they'll buy their wares. The Duchess has taken an interest in your item. I think it's
Sorta.
only fair
Cook it.
that you show the Duchess to make sure the Duchess knows what the Duchess is getting.
All right, this is gonna be a roll with presents.
So that's plus two dice. We'll just go with it.
What's a non-binary duchess?
Oh, that's true. It's a good point.
I was just
I was having
researching
to- I was having to improvise. A ducho.
Duchess.
What's between a duke and a duchess?
Ducas.
Duchess.
I do like ducho, ducko,
Ducky.
ducho. No, not ducko. A ducky.
Duck.
The Dutch.
Dutch. Maybe just Dutch.
What's up, Dutch?
Dutcher.
let's see. Dutcher Habernacle.
Um,
Okay, let's
Duchess,
see. Oh, 11.
Ooh, 11. That will do it, and they will not ask you for something in
And
return.
that is how I learned that Megan is going to be raising their child gender fluid. It was like, this is it. I never would have found royal
Uh, Ducks, Dux.
Ducks.
Ducks Tabernacle.
Dutch.
Ducks.
Love it.
That feels like fucking Dune shit.
So what are you asking them to do with this tale? Just show them the thing.
Let me see. On a hit,
Give it to me.
See 12 plus. Keep
go
your
big.
So, on a hit. Off charm will age your task or reveal a cue. I actually think, since this is kind of a side thing, we don't really give a fuck about that. I'd rather have him reveal a clue
Or
Good
in the
point.
course of this.
Ooh.
Thanks for staying on target.
And the clue could be what's in the bag. Maybe in showing you what's in the bag, that's a clue.
Now I have to look at the clues. Let's see.
Yeah, it's buried in the bag.
We're
We're gonna empty the bag out and something's gonna fall out.
The
Worms.
candlestick. Wait, what?
Ew.
Ducks Tabernacle. Of the Tabernacles.
Tabernacle. It's actually a tragic story.
Pretty sure that's a Corellian name.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. You owe Ducks Tabernacle star creds.
What to Ducks Tabernacle?
Okay, chisa crispa tabernacle.
Don't worry, Ducks. I got your star creds.
Great. So you're gonna. Do you want the item?
Yeah.
I think that's up to Ducks. I think it's.
Great.
I have a feeling, knowing Rin, even though Rin came in as all a ruse, I think Rin actually probably wants the item now that
Now
they're
I'm
invested in it.
Yeah. Great. So
just as I was told I couldn't have it.
So he names that price again. And because, let me see. I think you pull out a small bag of coins that you do not remember previously having. And he will take that in exchange for what is in that bag.
Told you I don't worry about money.
The buyer is very put out.
Yeah. Fuck him.
I think Bastion is doing his best to try to keep up the front and not be completely surprised by this entire. Wait, they actually have coins? What the fuck's happening here?
I'm as surprised as you are.
And as he
maybe it fell in my pocket in the water. I think I'm still a little damp.
Yeah, probably.
Smell like the river.
No one tells the ducks where they can and cannot swim.
As he hands it over and takes the money from you, his face kind of goes blank. And he kind of looks at you and looks at the other guy, shakes his head, and the other guy's like, "You." Turns to you, turns to Sebastian. It's like, you don't know what you got my eye on you. And he storms off.
Okay, you looked away.
The vendor is just kind of looking at you. He goes, I'm sorry, can I what was my voice I was using? He looks at you like, I'm sorry, can I help you with something?
Have a good day.
Oh, you too. Huh. Unties his boat. Kind of pushes off. The clue is a vendor has no memory of a customer or their purchase after the transaction.
Wow.
As he's kind of pulling his boat away, he's just kind of staring out at you I swear I saw you somewhere before, but I can't really place your face.
So we just have this bag and it's not the clue.
Do you want to look in the bag?
Yes, absolutely. Immediately dump it out.
What are you afraid might be in the bag?
My own head.
Yes.
This is remember
That's
your
how guts
failure at the
roll.
cave.
That's great. This is gonna be a roll with communion.
Just a Star Wars episode.
I was trying to set up the Star Wars opening crawl generator,
I'm gonna say God is not necessarily involved here, so it's just gonna be a veiled move.
Wait,
So
you told me it could be with communion.
oh no, it's with communion. It's just not
Okay,
the more dangerous one.
Oh, that's good. That's good for me.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna dump it on the dock.
Well, let's roll for it and see what it is first, if it wants to be dumped.
Oh gosh.
So you're rolling 2 dice plus 1.
Oh.
Yeah, if I was smart, I'd pull it out with my shovel, but I am not going to do that. Okay, be better than last time, please.
Oh, a 6 is not better.
No.
Yeah.
We didn't even have to do this. We do all this unnecessary shit. And here I am. Oh my god, what did I get myself into?
When you open the bag, it is not your head. Yeah. It is Lucas's head. Fully formed. And she just looks up at you. She says, "Why did you take me back? Why did you take me back?" And do you want to dump it on the dock wherever you are? Like it's like, yeah, I imagine it's like a series of like floating platforms between the boats. What do you do with it?
Do I have to take it back?
And she's just like screaming when you open the bag, and everyone sees this and hears this, and other vendors are like looking, and other patrons are like, what's with the screaming? He's like, "Why did you take me back? Take me back, take me back."
Okay. Yeah, I think Red is like having a meltdown. It's like trying to trying to grab it and maybe hops in the water and swims.
And it is not stopping. It is continually screaming.
All right.
Are you hopping in the water with it? Or do you want to do a verse? You can also do a verse to avoid
I think I think I'm gonna do a verse.
Okay. Because
I feel like I got lucky on the water the first time.
Carl was also coming your way.
No, Carl. Yeah, let's do a verse.
Cool. What verse do you want to do? What verse do you want to do?
Bunny, what are you doing? The bunny is like making out with the pillow. It is. I checked it during the break. The pillow is like wet from bunny spit. I don't know what is like sweat on it or something. Verse. Oh, I also need to commune with the community. I guess I've been doing that.
I've kind of figured interfering with the
that feels
yeah,
like
I think that counts.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get. Oh, turns out I could just click verses and I could find my verses. Oh, that's like foolish.
Verse of history or verse of prophecy?
I'm gonna verse of history. And they can be done in any order, or
this one's can, yeah.
Let's see. Okay. And then the verse prophecy.
Those go in order.
Oh, okay. Well, actually, I'll do a verse of prophecy.
Ooh, okay. The whispered psalm. Narrate a flashback to the first time the maiden appeared to you.
I mean, I think the first time the maiden appeared to me was like I guess mine's gonna be similar to Sebastian's, where it's like at the end of the last scene that we saw with me looking down at my brother face down in the pool. And then I think I look up and see a woman. And it's the Cairn Maiden. And she kind of looks meaningfully at my brother. And I walk away. And she appears in front of me. A similar distance away. And so I try to walk a different way. She's always appearing, forcing me to look back at him. So I hop in the water, swim across the pool. Echo in the night.
20 star crits to you.
20 star crit. And then I scoop him up and start walking towards our family's mausoleum. Nice. And then she steps aside.
Nice. So from now on, you will see the maiden in your dreams most nights and sometimes waiting on the horizon for you.
Yay.
Great.
Funny.
Ooh. So you open the bag.
It's full of worms.
What's in the bag? Maybe. I think it is
a bagel.
You see,
God nuggets.
When you open the bag, it looks kind of like sort of gray, mottled with flesh color, like clay, kind of like a lump. And you could see it, you can feel it kind of reaching into your mind a little bit. And you see Lucas's head for a moment, like it kind of like shifts and transforms into Lucas's head. And you can see the eyes kind of like moving around, like searching for you, and the mouth flapping a little bit. And then it kind of like shifts again and turns into your brother's head, looking at you. And it's like you can feel it kind of like reaching in your mind for something else. And it kind of gives up. It's like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna like go back to this unsettling kind of like squirming blob of something. And I think you're going to take a condition from this. The condition
that makes sense.
Is wrung out. It's like it's you if you continue looking into the bag, you can feel like something is trying to pull like something upsetting out of your mind, but is failing for some reason. And I think the reason is that like you've kind of expended yourself in that respect for now.
No more brains.
What do you do with the bag? You have a bag of brain stuff, of fear juice.
Maybe just hold on to this.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that in your notes. Bag of
not an alter item they can use.
Here, clay. I don't think so. I think that's not a good thing.
Or just like leave it somewhere.
That's probably safe.
Nothing bad will
happen. We're at like 2 hours. I think I'd like to call it here, and we'll come back next week with Ben and talk to Gleep Shadow or whatever his name is.
Lars
yeah. And check out the rest of the market there on. Cool. Yeah, we'll just end on the image of Ren's brain kind of being probed for weakness. But you got a bag full of fear now, so that's great.
Right, good. That's what I needed.
End of session. End of session. Collect rewards if the timer was revolved. It was not. Answer end of session questions. So yeah, let's start with Ren.
Yeah. Sorry, the bunny has zoomed me straight down. It's very cute. Sorry, I navigated away. My he's just hopping around. Questions. All right. We did not complete an assignment. We just answered a question, right?
Yeah.
Did I engage with the god? I feel like I did.
I feel like you did, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's Swan is at least a divine manifestation.
Yeah, that swan felt. What was that?
Just one of the minor river god. Kind of part leader of the was it matriarch of the unsinkable brood.
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that.
Which might have been a problem.
New friend.
Let's go make friends with it. I undermined the orders of my superiors and pursued personal interests when I swam across the river. I went out of my way to connect with the local community and underhaggle them. That's me.
Great. Zeph, I'm just going to give an absentee XP for him. Sebastian.
I did indeed deliver a monologue, and I was vulnerable if I can count my flashback.
Not your call.
I mean, I think so. Because
were you vulnerable with someone?
I was with my mom.
With your mom.
All right, there you
I
go.
was admitting that I killed my dad, basically.
As far as you know.
Yeah, well, yeah. Or disappeared my dad.
And Hugh.
I managed to not give a monologue the whole time.
Oh!
But I will give myself a check mark for immediately diving into the haggling. Like,
great.
I'm part of this.
Yeah.
Cool. That's it. Anyone have any pending narrations to do in flashbacks? I think we got them all. Cool. Let's go ahead and do stars and wishes, starting with Peter. We'll go backwards.
Let's see. Just a star for Mark for throwing the haggling in our path on our way in for the second time. That was fun.
We're never gonna make it anywhere.
I know, that's how it's like every step we have to involve. It's just like this, just like I play video games, just like
it's funny because that's like a moment in the assignment. It's like, oh, that's just like a thing you see in passing. Like, nope, we're gonna do that.
You're just like beelining into it. I loved that. Thank you, Heath, Star for Heath, for taking the verse on bumping up the performance. So we finally we get inspired to play with this time.
Yeah.
That feels like it'll be fun. And yeah, wishes. I want to see what happens now that I've made the cook at the cannibal bar an old friend of Heath's, of Sebastian. I'd like us to do a journey just so I can get rid of the hunger for Godflesh, maybe.
For sure.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, and I want to see what's going on with this new military saint. Other wishes. I just wish I could hold on to the end of session questions in my brain a little better. It's like audience suggestions. It's just
it's 100%.
Cauliflower, got it.
Anyway, I'm playing the alphabet game. Yes, I'm definitely going to do that.
Starting with D. Okay. Cool. Anything else?
No, I think that's all I got for today.
Awesome. Heath.
Usual stars for everyone. Just always so fun to see what everybody jumps into and where it takes us. Never short of interesting things. Star for always for Mark's GMing, even though there's no threat of us all dying, so what's the point of the game?
Also, you'd be surprised.
Oh yeah, that's true. There is.
That was just
picked
a
up on-
random tweet or something.
There's some, yeah, I can talk about it in my, yeah,
okay.
but yeah, it's just Twitter dumbasses.
Oh, sure.
But also, just like a general star, I just had this moment, like, excuse me while I monologue about this. I was thinking when I go ahead to my flashback, it's so I just find the whole concept of improvisation in this case, in the framework of this game, so interesting, because like it's so fun to see where it goes. Because like going into that, I had no idea where that was going. Like I wasn't like, oh, okay, I know what this scene's going to be. Like I had no fucking idea where that was going to go. I was like, I'll just start talking and we'll see where it goes. And
Way to do it.
but it's so fun, but it's also like so in a weird way counterintuitive to me, because as someone, you know, like what in my songwriting, or if I'm writing a story proper, I'm so meticulous. I want to craft it, I want to shape it, I want to make it perfect. I want to, oh yeah, you want to make, oh, and so like anytime you're just flying by the seat of your pants, you know, it's almost never going to be perfect. And then you're gonna be like, ah, I was kind of dumb the way I did that. But it's just like, it's fun, but like also like frightening and sort of, but also like pushes some of my boundaries of like having to let go of perfection and not be like, well, that wasn't a perfectly crafted scene, you know, or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if I was writing this, I probably would go back, change this detail, and dialogue was, you know, and just, but it's, I don't know. I just find that in all our games, that's one of the most fun things to me, is the exploration of just being like that free form in the moment. You're just exploring and seeing where it goes, and you go, oh, that's where it went. Cool.
Yep.
Wishes.
I think I just learned a word for that yesterday, but
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't know if it's a real word. Ludosis was part of the show that we saw. I think it's a made up word.
I have no
All
idea
words are
if
made
those
up
are
though.
real words.
But yeah, Ludosis was like that feeling of like, oh, like I'm just making it up, but it's great.
And my wish is, I do think he's a bit obsessed after getting burned by Lily. He's like, I gotta find Lily. Can't let her get away with this.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Nick.
Yeah, I'm sure the Lily plotline will go well. Yeah, stars for what folks said before. I really appreciate that, like, sorry, the bunny is using me as a springboard. You can't see it, but he's hopping on and off my back. I need to turn my background off. It's just been jumping off my back.
I need raisins.
I accidentally trained him to do that. Yeah, and I like that it
now we get to see it.
I like that it's okay for me to like swim away, wander away, but like, and as a character it's like, what are you doing? But like as a player we're like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
Hello, would you need
it
something?
fits with the source material is
accurate. It makes sense. So I appreciate that we can play with that tension of like, oh yeah, and like kind of similarly to like not getting along or things like that. But yeah, I love that we just like went for the haggling thing. I would like to remember to try to use, like, not always lean on my strengths, but like play the game instead of just talking to people. And then Peter's wish is reminding me that like I think I'm actually doing okay at my questions, because I would like I could either only do my questions, but maybe there could be a way that we could help one another with our questions too, that I don't need to just focus on myself. I could also like work on providing yeah, so I could do a better job of that, and
that's on me too,
yeah. And was so pleasantly surprised that I was able to play with my brain being mushy.
Yeah, same.
I'm glad we did.
Yeah. Yeah, this was fun. It felt like a little, like, it's not even like, it was just like the night and some morning, but we got some fun stuff in there. Got a clue, got to explore some new things. One of the things that makes games, I don't know if it's games like this or just the way that we play, but it feels like in your average, whatever D&D, like going off and sticking with the hagglers would be a distraction or like a problem or like
We would
GM would be like,
die.
guys, come on, like do my thing.
Yeah.
But it's especially in this game, I think, because it's fine to do that because it's part of the world. It introduces new stuff. Like now you've got that bag of badness, and also
Evil Play-Doh.
The guy who is probably a cop trying to bust this guy is. Like, I think I think you just broke up like
that.
I think you just broke up a sting operation.
I think
the local cops are onto you now.
New friends.
But like even without like those specific things, going off on a tangent like that, just because of the nature of the game, like they will have consequences that they might not be important to like the main plot of whatever the agency wants you to do, but like there's going to be consequences that are interesting at least for you and maybe relevant to the stuff that you're doing. So that's always like that's really it's never just like I seduce the fish. It's like, okay, great, now you and the fish are in a long-term committed relationship and you have obligations. It's not just like something dumb. So that's a lot of fun, and y'all roll with that really well. I liked exploring the reality altering powers that you have. Again, like in a lot of games, just being able to like write something and having it be true would be completely game breaking. And I like that it's just like another cool thing that can happen here. It was actually mentioned in the new assignment, something like, oh yeah, like this stuff probably happened, but there's so many propaganda gods, like who knows, right? And then there's when stuff happens in the podcast, like there are gods and saints that can just like rewrite stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, like I gotta like go do stuff with my family or whatever, and then later on they're like, I don't think I had I had a family. Oh no. Like, oh no. Oh yeah, like that happened last month, but like last month was erased. And everyone's like, wait, what? So it's like that also fitting in with the fiction. It's really fun and cool. It doesn't break the game, it just makes it cool. But no consequences at all. Wishes. See where this thing goes. Also want to see some more journeying and catch the new places. Get Ben back and see what Zeph is up to. Probably give him a chance to catch up a little bit. And just more good stuff. Cool. Anything else before we
remember
shut down?
like is in game, like am I or me and Peter both for the most part. Well, I guess Peter has to do active. Like is Sebastian actually aware that like, oh yeah, sometimes I speak shit into reality? That like
I think so, yeah. Going by what I know from stuff from the show, like the follower of the what do they call it? The performer for the Watcher of the Wings, like it's an offensive like weapon, like you're gonna do this, like I'm gonna speak you into da 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 da.
Right. Okay.
Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it is definitely conscious. For the most part, probably. But you can play with that if you want.
Yeah, I mean that's what I figured too. Because I mean, I figured it wasn't just like, oh, how weird. I told a story and turns out some of it was true. I feel like now he knows that like there's a chance I might be able to make this actually real if I say it.
Yeah, I forgot my dad is a god. That's fun. Cool. Anything else, Bunny? Do you have any stars and wishes?
I would like more figs.
More raisins.
More raisins. Cool.
Being a goblin.
I'll stitch all these together once we're done. I'll stop the stream now. Bye, everybody on stream.
Bye.